Okay, welcome everyone. What a great day. It reminds me of the time we break ground. It was windy and cold then too. What you see is less than 9 months of construction, and we're not done, but it's already been amazing. We still have a couple, Ehrlich Avenue, Fig to finish, American Heroes Park, those will all be done January, February, and then of course the theater and the museum. But today is a day to really celebrate. Before I introduce our mayor, I want to introduce some folks that are with us here. Al Zelenka, Downtown Association. Merle McClendon of the Boulevard Association, president of the Boulevard Association. We have with us our assembly person, Steve Knight. Council member Ken Mann. Council member Marvin Christ. And Vice Mayor Ron Smith.
Wow, I can't tell you how much I love this boulevard. I can't tell you, it makes me weep sometimes because what happened, it was really a community thing. The entire community came together and we put all of our petty nonsense aside and we said, we're gonna build this city in the way we want it to be, in the way that makes us feel good about it. It was a collaborative effort of so many people, so that oftentimes don't get along. But for this, nobody was allowed to get in the way. And look what we've accomplished. I mean, and on weekends I come down here and I just sit here and read because I just feel so good here. We've saved the city in many, many respects. We needed a center, we needed a place that represented the center of the city, and we needed a place that we could all come and be absolutely safe when we're here. And I think everybody came together to make that happen. Halloween night Halloween night is usually a problem night because people get to wear masks. You don't have to be accountable. It's like being on the internet, you know? And in cities throughout the country, that is a major law enforcement problem night. You know, cars get burned, bottles get thrown, all those things happen. 30,000 people were here, not one police incident of any kind. They did not have to step in. And what that told me, and I could be wrong, but I don't think so, what that told me was that us as a community, all of us recognize this is our city, this is our place, this is the place our children are going to be safe, where community events will take place, where we will reestablish that feeling of being part of something. And we couldn't have done it without the Chamber, we couldn't have done it without the Downtown Business Association, we couldn't have done it without the Board of Trade. It required every single person to get involved. We'd even have Santa Claus helping us out here. and he's on the boulevard. And you know, it was just a year ago that the property here was depressed property. You could pick it up for nothing. You really could. Now you can't touch it, because it is everybody recognizes this is the commercial place to be. The reason I knew that is I was trying to figure out a way to get my office here, and it's becoming too expensive. I mean, and we owe a debt of gratitude to a lot of people. One of them being our vice mayor. You know, it was his artistic efforts and his desire to make this a place of art that accounts for a lot of the way it looks. We have a city staff that, you know, they're absolutely incredible. Economic redevelopment, the people in economic redevelopment were able to make this happen when they shouldn't have. Do you know, we've got people from all over the country coming to look at this, and the question is always the same. How could you do it at this time in the economic collapse? Nobody is doing this. You know, Westfield Malls, you know, they're the ones that build the malls all over the country. They're now trying to seduce Scott Ehrlich away from us because they recognize that this is where people are going. This is what people want. The idea of an enclosed mall has come and gone, and they're trying to get to the head of that, and they're trying to steal Scott away from us. Why do you think we named a street after him? We needed him to know this is where he's loved the most and this is where he should stay. And most of all, it's for these guys, our kids. You know, they're going to be able to grow up here and develop memories of the city that they grew up in and had fun at and did community events at, that has a good feel to it. And that wasn't necessarily the case just a year ago. I think we all owe ourselves, every one of us, a big round of applause. And with that, you know, the guy who gets the least credit but does most of the work is our city manager. If he hadn't been totally committed to this project, you know, this was one of those deals that nothing got in the way of. We would not tolerate any interference whatsoever. If deals had to be made, we made the deals. If people had to be negotiated with, we negotiated right away. We didn't allow any obstacle to block the development. And, you know, we're on time. Now, Greg Haynes is the contractor that completed this on budget, on time. And there were people complaining that we shouldn't have used a local guy, that they weren't able to do it. You know, he proved them wrong. If there's one person we should call it the Greg Haynes Day, it's today. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Paris. As the mayor mentioned, there are people from all over, cities from all over, coming to see how we did it. And invariably, they ask the question in the first 5 minutes, boy, how did you get your business community to go along with it? How did you get them not to oppose it? How did you keep them under control? And we said, we didn't need to do any of that. We have a great business community downtown. We have people that saw the vision and bought into the vision, invested their time and money and resources, and have been the best businesses anyone could work with. The honor of representing them today goes to Merle McClernand from the Boulevard Association.
Wow. Good afternoon. I represent the Boulevard Association. 180 businesses and growing on the Boulevard. Yes, we were behind this vision and this plan. Initial credit, 7 or 8 years ago, Ron Smith, then a planner, and Sylvia Donovan are sitting in a pub in Monterey, and they go, you know, Lancaster needs something else. And from that seed, just that little thought, that seed, they go back to the city, and the city says, yes, that's for us. And as the people change, the idea continues. You know, the personnel changed, the people in place changed, their jobs changed, but the idea is still here. The businesses heard rumors about it, started to pick up, the rumors started to become reality. About 3 years ago, all of us here were invited to the city to participate in design charrettes. We put our ideas on paper. We sketch them on the walls. You know, we say to everybody, what do we want to see in Lancaster? What do we want to see downtown? From those design charrettes, the street architect got an idea of the soul of the city and how we felt about the downtown. The businesses are part of that. You want to get along with the businesses and the people of a city. They're really one thing. There is no difference between city and the businesses. We're really a whole. So as we went through that design process, we have ownership. And then after all of that came the hard part. 9 months ago plus, they shut the street. 50% drop in business for a lot of us, more for some. Very tough to take as a business owner with one place to do business, big hit. But we're on board with the city, and we know we take that vision in hand, and we look forward to today, where from today on you can drive down this boulevard, park in front of the business you want to do business at, get something to eat, go see a movie here in a few months, go to a bookstore in a few months, that'll be here. We have everything in food from Giannini's right here, clear to the other end of the street where we have Mi Gusta Tamales, Beck's, Lemon Leaf, Little Szechuan, countless other restaurants. I think there's 12 so far, several more on the way. They'll all be here. The businesses owe a debt of gratitude to Haynes Construction. They worked with us. When basements fell in under buildings, it wasn't a surprise. They just threw up a concrete block wall and kept going. When sidewalks were gone, they made sure people could still get to our businesses. We needed that, and that really, really helped us. As we neared completion, the level of interest rose. Our pride as businesses in this boulevard, our responsibility now to do business for the city and make this a great place to be, we take that responsibility on. We know that 7 years of hard work and dedication is an intense commitment, and it goes beyond any one political term, goes beyond any one person. The entire city staff, from Parks and Rec to maintenance to economic development to their manager's office, everything. Everybody worked together on this. and the businesses were in on it as well. As a token of our appreciation, I do have something for the mayor. Mr. Mayor, please. Good thing I made it heavy. Okay. This is just a small symbol of our appreciation, and it basically says from us to you, thank you. It's that simple. Without the city's vision, we wouldn't be here today on this street. And this is far better than a 4-lane road, 40-mile-an-hour traffic. We really thank you.
You know, before we go on, look at that sign. You know, that sign is something companies will pay hundreds of thousands of dollars for, you know, to trademark, to get something that pops, that you want to go to. That was done for free by our vice mayor. You know, I mean, incredible talent resides within this community that we're now inviting people to share and take part of. And what we really want is we want this to be the arts center for the entire North LA County. And so, you know, the invitation to the artists to get involved and start producing, you're going to see more and more of that. Also, you know, it's a place where every small group in this community, even in Palmdale, even in Quartz Hill, even in Little Rock, every small group that wants to have an event that will attract people, we will work with them. We'll close off the whatever streets we need to. We'll start having festivals like we've never dreamed of before. And you know, what I want to see is we're going to do it slow and methodically. But eventually, I want to see every Saturday some type of event right in the center of these streets. And 5 years from now, we're not going to have any cars. We'll have trolleys. We'll have parking structures. This experience is going to continue to increase and increase and increase. And so today we're announcing that this is a smile zone. If you make eye contact with somebody, you are obligated to smile. And I absolutely, sincerely mean that. You know, there really are cities where your hand gets tired of waving as you drive. You know, and in Wyoming you just do your finger, you know, off the steering wheel. But there's a smile and an acknowledgement of each other. On this boulevard, it's a smile zone. You don't smile when you make eye contact. I want you to tell me, we'll 86 them from the boulevard, okay?
I'm not wiping this smile off my face. The next part of our program here, where you're going to recognize some of the contractors, but in order for us to do that, first we need to recognize another group. I appreciate the mayor's comments, and I take them on behalf of staff. But another group, believe it or not, that doesn't get recognized for the good things they do is our city council, our mayor and city council. Please give them a hand. It's very easy to forget that leadership matters. But you've seen in this community when we didn't have leadership and when we did, and you've seen the difference. Leadership does matter. It's my honor now with the mayor to hand out some certificates to our contractors. But what I would like to do is I'd like to invite our staff up. And again, I'm very big on team. No 2 people, no 4 people do this. This is an entire city effort, this boulevard. But we have a few folks up here that have the honor of representing all of those staff members. I'd like to call them up to help us hand these out. One would be John Cantrell, our construction manager. And an amazing individual. If you haven't seen what a construction manager does, follow John around for one day. Another person who I have a lot of faith in and who's done an incredible job in a lot of difficult circumstances is Heather Kennedy, our Boulevard project manager. Who, as you can tell, does not like the cold weather. And then they'd like to call up our inspectors. Again, inspectors are key to a project. If they work overtime, and sometimes stay late, if they work with the contractor, the project gets done on time. If they don't, projects languish forever. So I'd like to call up Mike Shively, Sam Cervantes, and Mark Alias, if they're here. And these folks are now going to hand out some of the certificates to some of our contractors. Actually, I'd like the mayor to hand out and maybe say a word about this gentleman again, Mr. Greg Haynes.
You know,
Let me introduce these guys.
okay.
Craig Fries, the project manager.
Hey.
Craig Fries, project manager. Steve Lane, My other arm, Paul Hughes. He ran this job from, and did a hell of a job. You know.
He did. Wonderful. Great job.
You know, when we started this, I told everybody that, 20 years ago, Greg built my house and actually gave me back $40,000. I mean, who does that? And once again, he's exceeded our expectations, on time, under budget. I mean, you couldn't ask anything more of a builder. And, when he was building the house, I loved to go over and watch him because you think I'm mean. Boy.
When you're working for nothing, you got to be tough.
I mean, people work when they work for Greg, but there's a pride of accomplishment. There's an attention to detail. There's an excellence that comes with him. My association with him has been nothing but pluses now for 20 years, and I can't say enough good things about you.
Keep the pluses going. Another 20. Thank you very
I'm
much.
proud to give you that.
Thank you very much.
Pretty soon, you can see cranes. Look down there. There's a crane on Lancaster Boulevard. Who would have thought? We're going to see more and more of those. This place is going to transform into something that it's already something that we're incredibly proud of, but it's just going to get bigger and bigger and better.
One more word?
Sure.
LA's got a miracle mile. I think you guys got one too now, so it's a miracle.
Before we call up some of the subcontractors, what Mr. Haynes represents in the subcontractors are also the 500 people that are locally employed and working in Lancaster, so give him a hand for that. And I hope these subcontractors are here. We'd also like to recognize you as well, too, for the incredible work you did. First off, Taft Electric. Next, if we have Calfran Engineering. Okay, they don't have anyone here. Marina Landscaping. I just stepped on one of their plants.
Change order.
It's still under warranty though, so we're okay.
Good for a year.
And last, Precision Concrete.
Good job, buddy.
Congratulations. Next, the city received a prestigious award for one of the first events we held on the boulevard. And to tell us a little bit about that is Al Zelenka from the California Downtown Association.
Over my career, I've had the ability to work for about 75 different downtowns, helping them do what you dreamt of doing and did. It's a rare occasion that a community can come together like you have come together, as the mayor said, and actually witness the realization of what you envisioned. And as a member of the California Downtown Association, which represents all the downtowns across California, I'm really honored to be here today to present to yourselves and the mayor the Crystal Eagle Award for specifically your Streets of Lancaster Grand Prix that you had. The California Downtown Association every year provides downtowns that have done unique projects and programs with what is termed the Crystal Eagle Award. And it really recognizes the best of the best. Well, certainly, I expect that this is just the first of many Crystal Eagle Awards that your downtown will receive and that the city of Lancaster will receive. So on behalf of the California Downtown Association, Mayor Paris, I provide to you the Crystal Eagle Award.
Steve, the Streets of Lancaster, the go-kart idea was pretty much his idea, wasn't it? Isn't that right? And the amount of organization it took to make that happen was truly phenomenal. And they did it with such a small staff. When it was over, I had the staff come over to Beck's, and we went down and had pizza down in the bowling area. And I was shocked. Nobody was there. I mean, it was so few people who actually made that event work. I mean, this staff is just unbelievably productive and unbelievably innovative and creative, and it's such an honor to work for them. But this particular idea was his. He took it from idea to completion, and it's now a national event within the people who race go-karts. And someday I'm actually going to learn how to drive one of those carts.
I could give you some lessons.
Burn.
Before some closing remarks by the mayor, and then after that we'll have a ribbon cutting and a parade of cars. We have some folks who would like to hand out some certificates to the city. First off, we have our assembly person, Steve Knight.
Well, I was used to it over there. It was getting really warm. It's funny, all the construction guys that come by, you know, Heather's a beautiful woman, but they all wanted to hug her because I can get warm and I can hug a beautiful woman. What's better than that? You know, I can remember back in the early 80s driving down Lancaster Boulevard, and I was one of those young men that wanted to crank that radio up and turn those windows down, much like the kids that I get mad at today. If you're going to turn up your radio, roll up your windows. But I was one of those kids that would drive down Lancaster Boulevard. From there to here is light years from what we are seeing. If you walk down this boulevard, one of my favorite things about this boulevard is these light strands that you see. I mean, it just makes the whole place kind of magical every night. And it's what they have done here in Lancaster. And great leadership brings forward great projects. So to Mayor Rex Paris and to Vice Mayor Ron Smith, who really drove this project home, and to the rest of the council, Marv Christ and Ken Mann and Sherry Marcus, that's good leadership here. Should keep them in place. Enough said. Second thing is, all of you that voted for Prop 22, thank you very much, because you allowed these redevelopment dollars to be used in the hands of local people. That's where they should be used. Don't give them to Sacramento. We have enough bills we have to pay off. It shouldn't be on our backs. They created these bills. We're going to have to pay them off somehow. Maybe bankruptcy. I didn't say that. Don't write that in the paper. But something's going to have to happen in Sacramento, and it shouldn't be on taking redevelopment dollars away from local projects. So thank you very much. Thank you very much. We have a certificate of recognition for the opening of the Lancaster Boulevard. I'm going to present to Mayor Paris, and we're going to have one. I have Isaac Barcelona back there for every contractor and everyone who was named here on the project. You can have these to put up and put a light over and make sure that that's the focal point of your business is our certificate from the State Assembly. No, you can do whatever you want with them. But to Mayor Paris, thank you very much. To Vice Mayor Smith, thank you for bringing this to fruition. This is a centerpiece of the Antelope Valley, just as it always has been. Now it's just a little bit more beautiful. It's got great businesses here, like some of these businesses that have been here for I hate to use the term 100 years, but Burns Pharmacy has been here. We've got many businesses who have been here for many, many years. Use them. These are our local people. These are the people that have built this area. And when Mayor Paris said, I want to use a local businessman like Greg Haynes, yes, absolutely. They've got a foothold in this community, and they want to see it being built correctly. So that's the proper thing to do. So I appreciate it very much.
Next, doing double duty, representing Senator Runner and Supervisor Antonovich, is Drew Mercy.
Well, it is a great day on the boulevard. You know, I have a unique experience every day in that I live on the east side and I work on the west end of the boulevard. So I've gotten to drive down every day and see the progress. And one of the things I noticed is all of those people that were out here just a few moments ago that have been doing, you know, the physical labor, you know, they're running around in the heat, in the cold. Without them, it wouldn't be possible to accomplish the vision that our city leaders and our boulevard business leaders had. And so, Mayor, more than just a congratulations on behalf of the senator and the supervisor, thank you. Thank you for doing so much to make the quality of life in this city better and better.
He gets paid by the pitcher.
Thank you.
Next is someone who I've had the pleasure of getting to know recently, and it really is a driving force in the community. And he's representing the Hispanic Chamber today, and that's Mr. Abel Sierra.
You know, definitely all I can say is wow. For those of you who don't know me, my name's Abel Sierra. I'm the Antelope Valley Hispanic Chamber of Commerce president. And, you know, I don't want to take too much time, but on behalf of the Antelope Valley Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, we'd like to recognize and congratulate the city of Lancaster for your business and contributions towards the community, por su negocio y sus contribuciones hacia la comunidad, presented this day, Tuesday, the 23rd of November, 2010. Congratulations, Mayor.